you know, yeah, it's pretty cool that you get a goalie, D, and a forward like that are all playing for your team now. So it's obviously great drafting by them, and yeah, it's
I
cool to be a part
can't
of.
say it, but it's an impact, the franchise changing
Yeah,
year.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I didn't know it now or
Yeah.
back then. I'm saying, but just how lucky I am to be a part of this organization. So obviously, I was excited back then, but looking back now, you know, I couldn't have asked for a better organization or opportunity to have came into.
And then looking back to the bubble, you, Tom, a bunch of these guys came in and just got a chance to observe for 2 months. How
Yeah.
important was that in the development of the young group?
Yeah, I think it just showed all of us, what it takes to win, and what guys have to give up to get to that
Yeah.
point in the season. So, watching those guys battle and do everything they could to get to that point in the year was really impressive, and to get to work with NHL guys and research for that long was huge for me, and made me feel like a lot more comfortable in this group and in this locker room and stuff. Just getting to know the guys like that way.
You've got kind of three cores in this room. You got the older guys like Jamie Benn and just like you got kind of your generation. Now you got some more young guys with Johnston. What is the dynamic? Is it cliquish in here, or where does the leadership come from when you got kind of three generations like that?
Yeah, I think that's what makes our locker room so good. I think I could hang out with any guy on the team at any point, and it's not. I mean, obviously the Finns they like to hang out because they speak their own language, but I mean, even those guys, like when we do team stuff, they're right in the mix. They want to be a part of it all. Every guy, is friends with everyone, and I just think that's like the leadership that we have with the older guys. I think, Chubb's obviously, but then like having Pav and Suits and guys like that came in and showed the young guys what's important, and it's important to show up and contribute to team stuff. I think that's what makes us so close.
Pete said that Pavelski gets a lot of credit for that. He should get a lot of credit for that.
Yeah.
What did he do in his time here that kind of impacted this room so much?
Yeah, I think just he made everyone feel like they were the best player on the team. Just no one left behind. Whenever we get the chance to go out and do team stuff or team events, he was pulling everyone along with him. And I think as a young guy, having a guy like that, I think I learned a lot of just how it feels when you're treated the right way by an older guy, and how you make young guys feel like they're a part of the team. So I think I learned a lot, and it's something I can use as myself for now that I'm a veteran, that I can bring young guys in like Joe did for me, and Johnny and all the guys like we just, and not just him, Chubb, Suits, Luke Glendenning, like guys like that. We had such good older guys throughout the years.
See, I was going to ask you, do you consider yourself a younger guy or an older guy?
I don't know. I feel like I'm really young, but then I'm like, I don't know, because Bish is 6 years younger than me, so it feels like I was like young buck like yesterday. So
How do you think we feel?
yeah, right, yeah. So I don't know.
Guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm young at heart, no matter what.
You mentioned that. I just wanted to follow up on that a little bit. Do you feel like the window is now in an urgency, even though, as you said, you're a younger guy, but this is your fourth or fifth crack at it. Do you feel that urgency creeping in even in your own career?
Yeah, for sure. I think Dutchie said, earlier in the playoffs, like you play your whole career to be on a team like this. Like you don't get many opportunities like this, and even though we're supposed to be good for a while, we got a lot of young guys, like guys that aren't even in their prime yet. It just, you don't want to waste an opportunity like this. You may never get back to this point in your career, and obviously we've made the conference final 3 years in a row, but that doesn't mean we'll ever make it again after this. So, it's the time is now for us.
What did you learn from the first 40 minutes as a team?
Yeah, I think just when you don't play your best game, they can make you look pretty bad. I mean, they're obviously two of the most highly skilled players ever, and if you don't play the right way, then they can expose you. And we don't really want to get into like a run and gun with those guys. So and then in the third period, I mean, we showed played our way and took over the game.
For your penalty kill on a night where maybe you don't have it quite as much versus a night where you can tell they're feeling it, like what's the difference? What do you see in front of you on nights where you've got it?
Yeah, I think just like details. I think win and draws to start, and then I think just when guys are pressuring, and it's not just one guy pressuring, it's kind of the whole unit connected and pressuring as a unit. I think that's when you see like a lot of turnovers, and and stuff like that. But I think I haven't really seen many nights where we haven't had it. So we've been great on the kill, and we're going to need that obviously against these guys.
Is there any difference?
I was just going to say, has your morning skate routine changed at all? It seems like there's been more times when you've taken the option. I think that we've seen them up top saying we want to keep you fresh, and that was something that even whether you wanted to do it or not, they kind of made you do it. And then what do you do on a morning like today?
Yeah, sometimes I just wake up and I'm like, I just don't want to put my pads on right now, so then I'll take the morning off. But most times I plan on skating in the morning. But yeah, I think just learning over the years like what you need to feel good, and I think just I like to kind of get my brain and my eyes going in the morning, and maybe 5 years from now, maybe I'll never skate in the morning. Just try to save it. So just if your body's feeling good, then I like to get out there and get a little sweat.
When you say eyes, do you see the arena? Like when you're out there and you see different things, you visualize
I
where
think,
pucks are coming from?
Yeah, visualization is a huge part of like what I do in my game and stuff. Just especially when you go on stretches, you're not getting shots and stuff. So just I've learned that throughout the years, trying to stay busy even when you're not getting a ton of work. Yeah.
A few of you guys got married last summer.
Yeah.
Is there any difference in a playoff grind like this, maybe after being married as opposed to before?
Maybe you have to ask the guys with kids. I think the marriage part is not. I wasn't planning any of the wedding anyway, so I didn't really put too much on my plate. But maybe in a couple years, if we have some little ones running around, I think that'd be a different story. Maybe Segs could tell you better. But yeah, just it's nice knowing that after this is all said and done, we don't have to, run around all summer.
Jake, Mike brought up the fact that the 2017 draft class was important for Dallas. It was also a fairly deep goaltending class.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering what you think about your opposite number out there. Do you know him that well? And obviously, as you said, these two teams could be good for a while. You might be seeing them for a long time.
Yeah, hopefully, that's the plan. I don't know him like super well. Just I've messaged with him a little bit, but he's been great for them, and he's a great goalie. I like his game a lot. He does a lot of things really well, and obviously played against him when he was on Canada, and then USA Canada stuff. So yeah, hopefully it'd be fun if we could play against him for a while. Obviously they're not going away anytime soon, so it should be fun to battle against them.